you have any suggestions for cheapish games that needs more attention? Might help fight off quarantine blues. I will admit, little spoiled by roguelikes, or I tend to prefer roguelikes, so I'm probably going to talk about them most. Easiest one that I can talk about that I think is absolutely amazing is Meteorfall Crewmit's Tale. That is 100% a game. I think it's like $10. But that is a game that deserves so much more attention. It's also got a mobile version that is a lot cheaper, so if you want to dive into the mobile version first, there's that option. What else do we got? Demon Crawl, really good one. It's Minesweeper, but is a roguelike. So Meteorfall, Demon Crawl, Monolith is pretty good, a little harder. Factorio, RimWorld, Satisfactory. Honestly, this game. Let's see, if you tried hitting a cow with a hammer, they run away from you in pure terror. You monster. What are the really good indie games that deserve way more attention? I mean, if you haven't played Wandersong yet, I will always I will always rep Wandersong, because that is 100% one of my favorite games of all time. Let's see, Crosscode. Crosscode's amazing. And not short. And I think that one's like $15-20 as well. Trying to think of other games on other platforms. Let's see. I guess if you're in the market for just kind of whatever games, and you don't really care about genre, the Phoenix Wright trilogy is stupid good, and is on, I think, almost every platform at this point. Shell and I mean to go back and, okay, so if there's two of these guys, they actually become extra dangerous because they push each other into you. Balls. That's a long walk back. Well, it's okay. I see a Chefbot back here. We can get some more stuff. Let's see. What other games can I think about? What am I thinking about? That's a D. Destiny 2, Divinity 2, Division 2, looter shooter type stuff. You might like Wasteland. If you like Divinity Original Sin 2, Wasteland 2 is pretty good, and Wasteland 3, from what little I played of it, was amazing. So enjoy the show. Don't make Wander not like this game again. It would take some effort. I mean, obviously, no matter what, people are going to poison the well, no matter how many warnings and, like, you know, askances we send their way. But no, the main reason why I stopped playing this was mostly, honestly, two things. Two things made me kind of less interested in Scrap Mechanic. One, I just played too much of it. 400 episodes of anything is usually enough. And for Scrap Mechanic, it was not, but it was still, like, kind of an amazing game, and it was just nice to go cold turkey for a while and focus on some other games, because there were so many of them, and I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't playing any of the other ones. The other thing is I actually lost friends over this game. I've lost several friends over Scrap Mechanic. Half of Cadode split because they were sick and tired of Scrap Mechanic and sick and tired that I kept playing it, which meant we couldn't do more stuff together, which, honestly, super understandable, though a bit of a shame because, you know, less friends as a result. And I think that could have been handled better, but oh well. And so, I tend to have kind of a negative reaction if something bad happens during something. So, like, yeah, Scrap Mechanic always had kind of that connotation of the game that lost me some buddies. And then there are a couple of buddies that I specifically lost to Scrap Mechanic as well in an interesting-ish manner. I don't know how many of you guys know Luop the Great. I don't think he's still active, but he was one of those guys that hit his stride really well with Scrap Mechanic. He was making some amazing transforming and like animated creations in Scrap Mechanic. And it was really cool. But the problem is it took a lot of time to create every single one of those creations. And this is a guy that was older than me. So he had bills to pay. He had other things to do. And he wanted to keep his channel going. The problem is every time I did anything with him, it brought his metrics down, not up. And that was rough because it meant the only thing I could play with him that wouldn't kill his channel further was Scrap Mechanic. And I liked the game, but I also like playing other things with my friends, and so it was kind of rough being in this weird situation of wanting to play with a guy, but only being able to play Scrap Mechanic with him. And at that point, I'd already kind of mentally started to move on, due to aforementioned reasons. And so, yeah, by the end of it, he was only doing Scrap Mechanic solo, and I felt bad because I wanted to, like, reach out and do more, but then eventually just kind of stopped doing it, which sucks, because he was legitimately one of the funnier guys that I ever worked with. And I hope his life post-YouTube is doing well. I don't know. I mean, that's truly what I hope for a lot of people. I've had a lot of YouTube friends just fall by the wayside because they couldn't keep up with it or they couldn't grow. And unfortunate, sad reality is a lot of YouTubers, the moment they stop streaming or recording for YouTube, usually is the moment that they actually stop having time to interact with me in the slightest. It's kind of, it's normal. I mean, there's no longer that communal goal of working together in channel growth and so on and so forth. But it sucks, because it always means my friendships are a little shaky. And based on ulterior motives, I guess. I mean, luckily, if everything works right for everybody, those ulterior motives are straight up just like, hey, let's have some fun and make a living off of it. Which is, like, super great. It's just when it isn't like that, then it gets real toxic and gets real bad. I love how long you can stay underwater for. It's super nice. I hope you can get some underwater equipment in this game so that you can actually swim around for longer. Still have some way of getting oxygen back, like sticking your head underneath these plants. Holy shit, that would be amazing if there was like a little bit of air and you could just, oh man, that'd be amazing. I'd love that. I suppose that's one of the issues mixing fun with your living so much. Yeah, how would I even put it? One of the biggest issues generally is cooperative fun is relatively easy, but when you're trying to put on a show, you kind of have to be on all the time. Ish. You know, it's relatively rare over the course of a stream for me to go silent for longer than 10-20 seconds. Kind of depends on the game. There's a lot of games where I will actually go silent for a little bit longer as I get distracted or so on and so forth. But like that actually takes some work. And if you're not in a good mood, it can suck. So I'm sure you guys have absolutely... Well, I mean, if you've been watching the stream, you've probably noticed one or two moments where I just got kind of frustrated. Usually when I just look over and it's just like, Wander, do this, Wander, do this. Like, that's my trigger. It always has been. Largely because I am the worst brother. I have a younger brother, and he is really good at almost everything. And so I've never been used to somebody backseat gaming over my shoulder. And I never did to him. And so it always felt super weird when other people did. Because I don't have the conditioning for it. I don't have the habits or the tolerance. And it's also, there's like a legitimate mental illness of looking over and just having like 50 people telling you what to do. Or 300 people telling you what to do. Which is part of the reason why I stopped streaming on YouTube as much. I know a lot of people really enjoyed those, but the culture there, just, it wasn't healthy. And so I had to move away from it. And that coincided with getting a Twitch partnership, which actually worked really well for me. I know if I had kept with both, honestly, probably eventually Twitch would have just been like, you're no longer an affiliate because you're co-streaming. And I'm like, what? I never signed any contracts. What is this business? Personally, I wish that Twitch would actually relax just a smidge and let you stream on all platforms. Because, like, holy shit, if every creator could make a living just by mixing all of the platforms at once, you'd have a lot healthier and happier content creators, and you'd probably get better content on the platform, but that's just me. How many component kits do I have? A shit ton. I can't wait to get back and actually upgrade everything. YouTube streams kind of suck, to be honest. I can see why they would work, and honestly, if you have a burgeoning YouTube channel, and you don't have a streaming presence, it's absolutely sensible to stream on YouTube over Twitch. But I'd also say it's kind of an unhealthy thing. The culture over there isn't very well defined. It's... With Twitch, I've noticed people have been considerably more polite after I kind of put my foot down and said, like, okay, this is getting to be too much, and people have been relatively better. I think also the moderators have been working kind of overtime today, and thank you guys so much. But with YouTube, everybody is so used to drive-by dropping deuces verbally, or in text form, I guess. And almost no one ever really suffers any consequences. Like, when was the last time you left a comment on a YouTube channel, and it was a channel, let's say, 60,000 plus, even 100,000 plus, 300,000 plus, give or take. How often do those people actually even respond to you? Because from my experience, it's almost completely pointless to leave a comment on anybody's channel unless they're a small creator. Because the small creators actually, like, they really, really need you. Which is good, but also kind of bad. Because as they get larger, they don't need, like, individual commentators as much. And that's kind of a good and a bad thing. From my perspective, back when I was smaller, I had a much higher tolerance for bullshit. I'd try to engage with people and talk to them. You know, even if they left, like, a kind of snitty comments, I'd talk to them. And usually I'd actually... It was, okay, 50-50. They would just be like, yeah, having a bad day. Or, you know, just wasn't thinking, didn't realize what I was saying was rude. And the other half the time, they'd double down and just be like, you know, human garbage. I've gotten the occasional heart and pin from a 100k channel. That's because hearting and pinning is so much easier than talking to another person. I do it often. Less hearting, I guess. I respond, I think, more than the average content creator. But that's neither here nor there. But so, with Twitch, it's kind of... easier? Gosh. It's easier to form kind of a connection with a person because it's a live back and forth. With the YouTube comments, it's a little harder. Because in a lot of cases, most YouTube comments, you know, they're just sent into the void. And if you're lucky, somebody else will read them and respond to them. And... with a Twitch comment, I guess it's about the same, but it's kind of this long-form community... dialogue, and so there's more of this feeling of communication. And I'm not going to say all Twitch chats are like that. Obviously, the bigger you get, the more isolated your words are. Where's my car? Okay, there it is. But yeah, so the bigger you are, the harder it is to respond to anybody, just because. What was I going to say? Right. But so Twitch has had, what, 7, 8, 9 years to kind of cultivate this, I'm going to say this communal culture and understanding of, like, this is how it works. And unfortunately, YouTube has never really done a very good job of encouraging people to clean up their communities, and has never really given... Wow, I'm just Tokyo drifting left and right here. Yep, snap it, have it. Okay, here we go. But they've only just started to really focus on the idea that, like, people need to have cleaner communities. Otherwise, you get a lot of really awful people existing and lurking in YouTube and just saying vile shit constantly. And it brings the whole site down. I think both sites have this problem, but I feel like it's easier with Twitch to manage it. Let's see. But so that transfers over to YouTube live streams, where it feels like anybody and everybody in a YouTube live stream... No, not anybody and everybody. I shout out to at least a couple of people. Actually, a number of them are my moderators at this point that made the switch from YouTube to Twitch, that were some of the most mature and insightful people that I did not realize they were young teenagers at the time. I think I moderated several people that seemed like they were, you know, in their early 20s that were very much in their teens. And try not to make that mistake again. Not that it's really anything I regret, but it's one of those where it is better to make sure that everybody is mature. Okay, let's make a glue. And let's upgrade this sucker, because... Woo! Okay, so we can upgrade this guy again, up to level 5. I don't know what it's going to give me. It's going to cost... a lot. Let's not. Let's wait a bit. So what do we... Oh, we need an electric bit. We have just enough. Still surprised you modded me. You were the clip guy. I mean, no, not anymore, but that's okay. But, like... It's easier for me to... Wait, give me a second. I gotta fit this chef in my mouth. Ah! Bleh. Wow, that's a really small chef. He's much smaller. He's kind of cute, actually. Okay, so what can you make? Pizza burger, veggie burger, and revival baguette. Oh. Neat. But also, where the shit do you get meat? How do you get meat? Also, you can't cook corn. Well, you can with that, but, like, I was kind of hoping this guy would actually do other things. You actually have to kill walks? Huh, now that I'm looking at it, actually, the veggie burger is probably easier. Yeah, don't kill the moo-moo. Obviously not. Let's see. Well, time for some unauthorized farming. I guess before we do that, though, let's go back. I want to go take a look. What do I need for the dress bot? Gosh, that's expensive. Because that requires metal block 3s, which are a little outside of my price range. Okay, what else do I have? A shit ton of chemicals. I'm not even sure where they came from. Let's see. Pineapple. I really want pineapple seeds. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to see YouTube streams glow up a little bit and be a little bit less toxic. But until then, I'm probably just going to stay away from them, apart from, like, the occasional special event situation. I don't even remember what I was talking about that. Anyway, got a question about how is it living in quarantine as a YouTuber. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm spoiled as hell. I haven't gone outside in over 2 months now. And I pretty much don't need to. The only reason why I would go outside is for exercise. And that's usually for like a night walk or something, because, you know, easier. But no, I have like minimal responsibilities. You know, all my work is here. It's just video games. It's super easy. And so I'm going to be honest, like, it's an incredibly privileged existence, and I'm super glad that I do get the opportunity to do this. I do miss going outside, though. A lot. Yeah, over 2 months now. Yep. I went out... Okay, not quite true. I went out for one friend's birthday, I guess, was it March 9th? It was 7th or 9th. It was one of those 2 days. And then I did have to go out grocery shopping once. But that was about it. So I'm actually just going to put glue on the autocraft list, because we always want to make these. Let's see, actually not human. Do you eat? I eat plenty. What I do is I order groceries. Sometime in the next week or so, I heard about an app called Dumpling. It's like Instacart, but less evil. So I kind of wanted to give that a go and see if it was any good. Let's see. Love to go on a night walk, but your neighborhood's sketchy as shit. I'm lucky. My neighborhood is relatively calm and friendly. One thing, after all of this is said and done, absolutely getting an electric car. Not anytime soon necessarily, but like, I'm gonna get an electric car because next time something like this happens in my lifetime, if we're lucky, that'll never happen, but it might. That way I can at least say, like, okay, just charge the car in the garage and peace out for a while. Or not peace out for a while, but, you know, let it charge up and then go joyriding. Not have to worry about going to a gas station. Like, I don't know. I've been changing my life largely for the better in a lot of ways. I'm borderline vegetarian at this point. I do eat a little bit of meat. We had bought some ground turkey, and we had bought some frozen chicken, but we've been eating that super sparingly. I did eat some bison, but bison is freaking good, and bison's also considerably better for the environment than cows. Oops. Right, we're gonna modify this thing. What am I doing? I was gonna go get more iron. You know it. I think it's time. Let's tear this bad boy up. Let's see. I guess in retrospect, I should have torn it up this much. No, let's use the better wood. Let's not use scrap wood. Let's look nice. I don't think I'm going to use metal, though. Metal's a little heavier, which is a bit tougher. Let's see. But we can absolutely get a nicer type of metal here. Oh. Hey, that's useful. Alright, so we got a switch. We've got a fuel canister. I'm probably going to want to hook it up to both. Because that'll save me an amount of trips. We did have some more electric bits. And we have some buttons. Okay, got those. So regular wood. Regular wood. I don't think I'm going to need that much, but you never know. Toss these in. Right, I was going to grab these. Let's upgrade this sucker. So what did that do? He's level 5. I honestly cannot tell the difference. He's maxed out, that's for sure, but it didn't unlock any new parts. So it must be speed, yeah. Alright. Well, we need more glue. Luckily, just made a shit ton. Okay, so I'm gonna make a controller. I'm gonna make another piston. We've got all the engines we could need. We're gonna need some more bearings. I need more scrap metal. Huh. I guess we do actually need it for a little bit. Let's see. Had to leave for a bit. Did Wander figure out how to open Yo-Yo's cage? Nope. Never figured it out. Yeah, so it looks like it's 10% faster. Or, I don't actually remember. Oh, no. It's a lot faster than 10% faster. The usual craft time is 15 seconds and it's down to 9, so that's pretty good. But yeah, no idea how to rescue Yo-Yo-Yo yet. Wonder what's your favorite food? Curry. Definitely curry. Alright, got these things. Let's switch this out. I'm still going to use wood just because it's lighter. Okay, so for starters, we need a bay for this. Don't know how big I want it to be. That big enough? Okay. Grab that. Question is, can I get a piston up in here? Dang it. I can't put a piston against the back of that. Okay, so piston's got to be there or below. Could have it be below. Oh, right. In retrospect, let's tear this up. Do you want to go make another piston? Can I make another piston? I can't. I guess we don't need another piston. I was kind of really hoping I could make... I was kind of hoping I could make it a bit wider. Let's see. Because, yeah, we actually want to make a drill. If I could have 2 drills. Okay, so we straight up do not have enough metal. So I'm stuck with 1 drill for the time being. We'll leave it as such. I'll future-proof it for later. But yeah, I'm going to want to have 2 drills up on the front. Let's see, what's the piston for? Super simply, piston is used for, extending the drill out. There are certain points where I need to get it closer, and that's a lot easier. Let's see, is this lined up? Can't entirely tell. That should work. I didn't remember. Okay, good. Grab the tires. Might want to consider getting 6 tires on this at some point, but... Okay. get that controller up. Yeah, and I want to make sure nothing is actually connected to... Max connections reached. What? Oh! That's some shit. Let's go see if this place has any upgrades. I only need 2, so it shouldn't be too bad, but like, cripes. That should at least connect to 2 things. More than that, I don't know, but still. Let's see, 6 tires, so no more bottoming out on small hills. I think I'm going to use the controller instead. Let's see if we're lucky. This might not have respawned yet. I don't know what the timers are before everything starts popping back into existence. Not promising. Nope. Okay. We're gonna go find something to bonk. Because, yeah, 2 of the fork bots should solve my problems. Let's drink some milk. Break that. Yeah, we could go back elsewhere, but it should only take 2 of these guys. If I can find them? Oh, I can grab this at the very least. Oop. Okay, so we get potato, potats, and beeswax. Well, I certainly need more beeswax. It's not what I immediately need, but I do need it. There's also that there. I'll grab it. See, you technically only need 1 bearing, but 2 looks cooler. Yeah. I would still say I need 2 bearings. What the shit is everything? Oh, here we go. I love the fact that they used the noisemaker faces for these guys. Okay, I guess less so the fork bots, but still, come on. Chase me. Really did not feel like it. Okay, there's another one. Yeah, then we're gonna... Ooh, a lot of mining opportunities here. Sup, nerd? Come for me! Fight me! I said fight me! What is with this cowardly bullshit? There we go. You've discovered the true threat of me and my hammer. Alright, I get a circuit board. Damn it, I don't need that. This guy really wants to get at me. Kind of slow in the uptake, though. Alright, come on. Is there anybody else? I don't want a floppy car. Ugh. Alright, whatever. Yeah, we'll just make do for a little while. Okay, easiest way to do so. Oh shit, found him. Also, these guys can go over the curbs. So less useful. Yeah, so won't go through that. I'm just gonna do that for the time being. Gosh, I hate I hate everything about that, but I don't have a choice. Funny how many backpack icons there are on the horizon. It's glitched out. Why did I do that? It's glitched out, unfortunately. Let's see. Can't have the bearing there. Gonna extend that way further. But yeah, all of those backpacks are empty. And I just can't do anything about it. Alright, so let's put the... seat here. Because, yeah, we want this thing on the front, so it just captures everything the drill drills. And it's kind of fun to have, like, a weird viewport looking whatever. Okay, push it back up. I think that should be not quite perfect. Move it over a little bit. New guy once that thought this was cheating and refused to use it. Always amuses the hell out of me. This is one of the freaking best glitches in gaming history as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we had a fuel cannon. This thing's a guzzler. Well, you know what? Whatever. Looks like a face on the back. I love it. Alright, there we go. Let's just dump in the fuel cans. Should hook up to all of them. It's a bit of a long car. We might honestly want to move the tires back. Might also just be too top-heavy now. Well, we'll find out as we go along. Let's see. Hook this up. Hook this up. Alright, last order of business. We've got that there. So what we need is 2 blocks taken from this side. I did get another piston. Perfect. Another block there. That there. Should now have enough clearance. Let's go get the saw blade.